It's PBZ Sports Chaos. It's the first weekend of October. You know what that means? It's Major League Playoffs times as well. We just had the Wild Card Series wrap up. PB, three series went to the best of three final. Winner take all games. First time ever that's happened in MLB. Pretty exciting baseball, right?
It was. And unfortunately, all the teams that won game one ended up winning the series, except for the Red Sox.
Except for the Red Sox. I know it, huh? Go figure. All right. So unfortunately, that disappointment happened. By the way, Schittler, is that how you say his name, right? The kid from Walpole, Mass, won that
Yeah,
deciding game for the Yankees, unfortunately. Good for him. Man, he throws some heat, huh?
yeah, he looked pretty good. And I had my eye on him towards the end of the season when he came up and started pitching. He had a nice outing. Then his second outing, I think he got roughed up a little bit, but he settled into his own, and he looks like he's going to be a solid part of that rotation going into next year.
Wait, of the teams that overcame the biggest deficit to get into the playoffs, Yankees in 78. I forget the other team was back in the 1920s, I think. And then now the Guardians overcame a 14 game deficit to get in the playoffs. Those other two teams, the Yankees and I forget the predecessor, but they both won the World Series. The Guardians are out. Cleveland got knocked out by the Tigers. So that made it for interesting. So let's talk about those Tigers. They go to Seattle, who had a bye. Can the Tigers go on and win another series?
I think they can. I mean, here's a team that came out of the gate super strong, right? They unfortunately slumped at the wrong time of the year, but slumps happen to good teams. It was just the timing of the slump that wasn't good. But you can turn around a slump pretty quickly. And I think they have the bats in the lineup for sure.
That's cool. That's
Scooble's probably one of the best pitchers in the league. So I mean, you get it. If you can get Scooble three starts in a 7 game series. I mean, I know this next series is only 3 out of 5, but yeah, I think the Tigers can very easily get past Mariners and then probably give a good run for the money for with either Toronto or the Yankees too.
going on. What do you think, New York and Toronto? And by the way,
Um,
I'm taking Tigers as well. I got Tigers as well, and I hate to say it, I'm just going to go right now and say I'm taking the Yankees at this point in time. The Toronto came out of nowhere to win that division. I don't see that keep that momentum going.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. The only thing that scares me a little bit with the Yankees is their bullpen. If they get in a lot of tight games with Toronto. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm changing my tune right now because Toronto does have home field.
Yeah, they do.
I think it's going to be a lot of close games, and close games do not fare well for the Yankees. I think Toronto has the advantage there. So I'm going to
Okay.
say we're gonna see some 3-2, 4-3, 5-4 type games in this series. I'm gonna go Blue Jays, Tigers in the American League.
Okay. All right. In the National League, the Cubs, they came and they won their series with, and I'm drawing a complete blank who they just beat, but they're playing the Brewers. What do you think in that game, that series?
Yeah, and here's another team that we just went on fire in the middle of the year with the Brewers.
Yeah. Yep.
But I do like the Cubs. I think they have a lot of grit. They proved so they beat the Padres, by the way, in the
Padres. There you
series.
go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and Padres are no joke of a team, but
A lot of good bats,
uh,
a lot of good bats in that
uh,
lineup, and so
yeah,
they shut them down.
yeah, and Jamison Tyon is back. I know he's hurt for a good part of the year. He's back. He's looking pretty good. He pitched that game 3. Man, this is a tough one. I'm going to go Brewers. Brewers have the home field on this one, and they got really really hot. So I'm going to go Brewers in that series.
Cubs. I'm staying with the team. The team that's not going to have the home field advantage. Once again, I got Cubs. Dodgers, Philadelphia. Shapes up. This could be the best series of this round, in my opinion. What do you think?
Mhm. Yeah, I think the Dodgers are just a little bit above what Philly brings to the table. There, there's no reason why the Dodgers should not win the whole World Series again, in my opinion, with the lineup and the pitching
It's
staff that
going
they have.
starting the
So
first game today.
yeah, I'm going Dodgers in that series. I think you're right though. That might be a tougher match for them than Milwaukee or Chicago, whoever they get in the next round, and for that matter, whoever they get in the World Series. This could be their toughest challenge on their route to another championship.
They're going to play 3 games in Philadelphia with the worst, most obnoxious PRI fans in the world.
Yeah, but they'll get past that. I'm not worried about it.
Okay. All right. So we both like the Dodgers. All right. All right. Let's go. A little NFL talk. Last week, PB, Jackson Dart started shine. Now, some Giants fans out there, I know one very well, thinks they're like going to go to the playoffs, apparently. We're going to pick that game in a minute, but was that shocking? They beat the Chargers. There's no way in heck that should have ever happened. Do you agree?
Yeah. The Chargers 3-0 at the time. Yeah, granted they had to go on the road, but still, playing a Giants team that couldn't find their way out of a paper bag. I'll give credit to the coaching staff to, put Dart in, pull the trigger on Dart quicker than, maybe normal in game 4 of the season, and it worked out for them. Why did it work out so well? I mean, Neighbors obviously wasn't a factor because he
He's out
got
this
hurt.
week, and we're gonna
Yeah,
pick that game. He's out this week.
he's out the whole season. He's done
Oh,
for the
he's out the
year.
whole. That's right. He's out the season. That's
Yeah,
right. Correct.
he's
Yeah,
out for
yeah,
the
yeah,
year.
yeah.
So they don't have like the best tight end room in the world. They're still trying to figure out if Scott's the guy at running back, which it looks like now he is. But they
I love that
had
kid.
running.
I absolutely love
I,
that kid.
I love that kid too. I love him too, and I have him on 2 of my fantasy teams, by the way, my dynasty teams. But I think this team, it's their defense that's gonna, I think, keep this team in games. I'm not gonna just bite off on the offense being this juggernaut, and all of a sudden that Jackson Dart's there. It just, they're gonna win games 20-17 and 17-14 and stuff like that. They might be able to stretch and go 9-8 at this point, but yeah, that's how I feel about them.
All right. Two other games last week that caught my attention, anyways. The Jags beat San Fran. They are now 3-1. That one really caught my attention. And then, of course, KC came back. They handily beat Baltimore, in my opinion. And Lamar Jackson is hurt, so he's out this week. KC, we'll pick that game momentarily as are we picking the Baltimore game? No, actually, yeah, we are. Okay. So we'll talk about that momentarily. But that was KC woke up, right? I mean, both those teams were 1-2 going into that game. KC's now 2-2. Baltimore's 1-3. Do you think one of those two teams now are going to rebound and go on a run or not?
Yeah, Kansas City. I mean,
Okay.
Baltimore. You and G Money both had Baltimore in that game. I picked Kansas City without even thinking twice about it. And Baltimore's just that they're not the same team. Despite your love for Lamar Jackson, that team is a little bit in shambles. They're in the trenches. They're not good. Their defense isn't
Due to
really
Lamar,
that
though.
good.
I mean, Lamar's had a good season so
He
far,
has. He
but then
has. Not.
you know what's let them down? The defense, and in particular, the defensive secondary. People are
Yeah.
throwing the ball all over them.
Yeah, they are. And their offensive line isn't really like great. Like they're getting to Lamar, but he gets out of it. He can scramble.
Yeah,
And Derrick Henry's getting stuffed like at the
yeah,
line because he's not getting the blocking. So this team,
I agree.
if you can't win the game in the trenches, it's going to be tough, regardless of your superstars. So but Kansas City's shown their resiliency. I mean, coming back and getting two good wins. Let's see what happens this week. I'm confident about them going into Jacksonville, but I know I'm picking that game in a minute.
Real quick, last thing on last week. By the way, Pats had a huge blowout win over Carolina. Nice job there, right? Drake May, you told me to settle down on my discuss with him, and he is showing some stuff. So thank you very much for telling me to ease off a little bit. But Cowboy tie in Green Bay. Obviously, as a Cowboy fan, that's huge to me. I would rather see them win. But all of a sudden, the wheels are coming off the Green Bay freight train. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, you lose to probably one of the worst teams in the AFC in the
The
Cleveland
Browns?
Browns.
Yep. Yep.
And Greg, I'm not going to take anything away from the Cleveland Browns defense. They still have a good defense, good pass rush. I'm not taking anything away from what they can do on defense, but still, their offense is deplorable. Like you should have, and your defense as Green Bay is pretty good. I mean, they should have easily handled
It's a
them.
40-40
And then,
tie.
yeah, and then you come back to a team that you can put up 40 on, like Dallas, because everyone's going to put up points on Dallas, and you
Right?
can't hold them to less than 40. Like that's not good.
It's a problem.
It's so interesting how quickly the tables could turn in the NFL over a couple of weeks. I
That's
mean,
a
like
big
if
deal.
if the Patriots beat the Bills this week, we'll talk. This will be another table turning next week. We'll be like, wait a second, the Patriots are 3-2 now, and they just beat Buffalo. Like things can happen so quickly in the NFL that you can't stop predicting playoff people and all that stuff for 3 or 4 weeks in the season.
No, no, for sure. All right, let's make some picks. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Texans and Ravens. Like we just said, Lamar is out. They're 1-3. Texans are they? They're also 1-3. Are they? Are they? Or are they 2-2? I'm forgetting right now.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure,
But
but
they're not having the season that people expected either. What do you think in this game?
yeah. And is this game in Baltimore or in
Yeah,
Texas?
it is. Texans at Ravens.
At Ravens. And I think Texans a favorite too on the road, which is crazy.
I'll just say, you already gave me a hard time. I love Baltimore. They're my third favorite, probably. I'm going Texans in this game. Without Lamar and Cooper Rush, who was a very good backup in Dallas, is going
Yeah.
to start this game, and I get nervous because Cooper Rush can win football games, but that defense for Baltimore doesn't show me anything. I think Texans have a big, big game this weekend against that defense.
I do too. And Texans, let's keep in mind they have some good skill players too. I
Oh,
mean,
God, yeah.
Nico Collins, Christian Kirk is back, and this kid Woody Mox is making his mark. No pun
Yeah,
intended.
yeah.
At running back. So I agree with you, and I think yeah, G Money has the Texans too. So we're all in on the Texans this week.
The two teams that I think are the worst in the National NFC by far are the Giants and the Saints. They play each other. Malik Neighbors is out for the Giants. Giants had that huge, huge win last week. Everybody thinks Jackson Dart is the next Lamar Jackson or Aaron Rodgers, apparently, in New York. I don't think so. What do you think of this game?
Yeah, I still think the Saints haven't impressed me. I mean, I did watch a little bit of the game like last week against Buffalo. I believe they played half decent. Victory. They only lost by 11. Um, based on what the Giants showed me last week, even Neighbors is out, Nathan's on the road. I just think New Orleans is fine at this point in time. So I'm gonna take the Giants in that game.
You got to take the Saints. I'm sorry. I can never take the Giants. And by the way, the Saints do have a good pass rush. They have a very good pass rush. I could see them getting impression Jackson Dart. Yeah, he has his capability, but then I want to see him try to throw the ball when he's on the run. We haven't seen that yet. I think he's going to be making mistakes. He is a rookie. Saints got weapons. They got weapons in offense. I know Spencer Rattler's a question mark. By the way, a little inside information I have, buddy I work with, his son is on the staff of the New Orleans Saints, and he's saying Tyler Shaw, right? Right, that's his name, Tyler Shaw,
Yep.
the kid they drafted from Louisville.
Yeah.
He's lighting it up with practice. He's got an unbelievable ball, tight spiral. He said when he comes into play, it'll be the real deal. Who knows? Maybe they pull Spencer and put in Tyler this week. We'll see. I'm going to go Saints, so I have to go Saints. There's no way I'm picking the Giants ever.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna pick with my head on that one, but I agree with you. I think once he comes in, Tyler Shaw, then we could see a different offensive team there. So
But it's a
all
tight
right.
game at halftime. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in. So
Well,
we'll see.
G Money has the Giants, by the way, too. So
He does? Oh, then
yeah.
I feel good with my Saints pick. All right. Broncos, Eagles. Broncos showed, some stuff last week. Obviously, a lot of people are high on them. Some people see them in the playoffs. Eagles, they have not looked well on offense, particularly their passing game. AJ Brown made some cryptic remarks on it. I think it was IG last week, right? So what do you think of this game?
That's the exact reason why I'm gonna pick against Philly this week, believe it or not. I'm gonna take Denver. G Money has the Eagles, but here's why. They haven't shown that they can pass the ball effectively. And Denver probably has one of the best pass defenses and probably the best corner in the entire NFL. And I think they can lock down the passing game. And if they make Philly have to run the ball, that's the kind of style they're going to play. They're going to play a run the ball, control the clock type of offense in order to win this game. And I think Denver could just now, cheat up a little bit on those run games and feel confident that if they do run play action, they can still cover the play. So for that reason, I think Philly's going to struggle to score some points against Denver. I think they put up maybe 17, 20 points. And I look at Denver. Can Denver score that many? Yes. So I think it's a tight 1-2 point game. And I'm going to give it to Denver.
Ooh, Blake, I don't see that at all. Hey, you know what? Eagles may not be able to pass against Denver because that's their strength. Don't worry about it. Philly can still run the ball with that offensive line. They still got Saquon
Agreed.
Barkley. They still got Jalen Hurts running the ball. Let them run all day. And they can pass rush. They have a good pass rush. So Bo Nix get ready to be on the ground about 20, 30 times in this game. I see Philadelphia win the game. I'm not worried about it. Plus, Denver's going to come east. I think it's a 1 o'clock game, if I'm not mistaken. I always hate those West coming East in early games. I'm going Eagles all day long.
All right. G Money is too. I'm in Denver.
All right, Bucks go to Seattle, going the other way around. They go east to west. To me, that's not a big deal at all. Um, Bucks lost last week. Seattle, I believe, won, right? If I'm not mistaken, Seattle won. Yeah, they did. So, what do you think of this game? Seattle, by the
Yeah,
way, is playing really, really good. Sam Darnold is actually showing that last year's first 10 games were not a fluke. He's playing
right,
well again for Seattle.
right, yeah. And I think Seattle. I think they played Thursday night football against the
That's
Cardinals
right.
and beat them.
Yep, they
So
did. That's what it was, the Cardinals.
yeah. Well, I think the big storyline here is Bucky Irving isn't playing. That guy
Huge.
is so dynamic on offense, but Rashad White is no slouch,
No, he's a
and
they're a 1A, 1B running back room.
yeah, and you saw what Trey Tucker did last year when the chips were on the table and he had to come in and do well. I'm not Trey Tucker, Sean Tucker. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, Trey Tucker's a receiver for someone else. Sean Tucker came in and did what he had to do. So I still think they got a good do 1-2 punch there. I love the Bucks with the 3.5 points that they're getting, but we don't pick against the spread here.
Yeah.
I think this is a field goal game one way or the other.
Ooh, okay, so
Um,
you're going Seattle to win, but Bucks cover.
no, I'm not even going to do that.
Oh,
I'm going to take the Bucks on the road beating
ooh, okay.
Seattle.
I am
Full
too. I am too.
cancer.
Baker's having just an unbelievable resurgence in Tampa Bay, and I think that continues. He keeps rolling, and I don't know if Mike Evans. I don't think is coming back, but Chris Godwin is healthier. He came out last week healthy, so they got two receivers still in the field, so that's good to go. I'm taking Bucks all day long.
All right, G Money is two, so we're all in on the Bucks.
Washington at the Chargers. Chargers with that huge loss last week to the Giants. Jaden Daniels is playing, although
Yep.
he is going to be wearing a knee or brace, I believe I heard, right? So
Yeah.
he's not
And
going to be the same Jaden Daniels, in my opinion. I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way in hell the Chargers lose two in a row to the NFC East. I got Chargers winning this game.
yeah, G Money does, and I'm going to go for triple that one up there with the Chargers. But here's the thing too, we got to keep in mind with Washington, they don't have McLaurin. McLaurin's out this week for
That's
sure.
the other thing I want to mention. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's out.
yeah,
That's
he's
that's
out.
Dayton's best receiver. That's his favorite target.
That's his favorite
His
target.
pass rating is like 20 points higher targeting McDaniels.
Yep.
So he's not there. He's in trouble.
Yep. And Debo didn't practice Wednesday and Thursday. He did practice yesterday. They say he's cleared to play, so he'll be playing, but how much of a one-man show can he be? Krosky Merritt still hasn't really come into his own as a rookie that he was supposed to be, given, Eckler's injury and everything else. They thought this kid was going to be like a stud. That hasn't happened. So now what do? You got Rodriguez, you got the other guy there. I can't think of his name right now. Jeremy McNichols. Those are their running games. Yeah, it's suspect, and you don't have McLaurin to throw to. So I think the Chargers win this one handily, actually, by a touchdown or more.
I agree with you. KC goes to play the Jaguars. I think that's a Monday night game, if I'm not mistaken. The Jags are 3-1 quietly. Like who saw that coming, right? At the end of the day.
Right.
Do they keep rolling or not?
And they had a good win on the road last week against San
did.
Francisco. No, I don't think they do. I think Kansas City is just like, screw this 0-2 crap, and they're just going to roll through. I mean, it reminds me of a couple of years when Brady and the Patriots, they had like 0-2 starts or 1-2 starts, remember? And then they were just like, it doesn't matter. It's September football. It really doesn't make a difference. Like what matters is we're playing well in December in the playoffs.
We're in October. Yep.
Yeah, December and January. Let's win games. And I think Kansas City's in that mode right now. Now, could they have a little letdown and lose this game and go to 2-3? And they'll still win, they'll still make the playoffs. But I think they're on a little bit of a mission. That 0-2 start was a slap in the face for them. So I think they win and I love that game, actually. I like Kansas City a lot.
I get KC as well. Hey, by the way, real quick, we're going to talk college, but that 49ers win against the Rams on Thursday night. 49ers were an 8.5-point underdog. Purdy didn't play. Mac Jones looks like the guy we thought he might have been when he first went to the Pats his rookie year. He's had a good comeback, so good congrats to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to
100%.
college football real quick. Last week was unbelievable. We had three of the top five teams lose. Penn State, no surprise, goes down to a number six school. Big game James is out 4-21 against top 20 schools. Bama beat Georgia outright. That one killed me because I did have Georgia to cover. And then Ole Miss also, I had LSU. Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin shocked me again. By the way, Bama and Georgia, Kirby is now 1-7 against the Tide. That's
Wow.
unbelievable. I mean, I think he's only got 20 losses altogether, if not even 20, and seven are against Bama. So,
Wow.
all right, let's make some picks. Um, down there where you are, bro, Miami. The rivalry continues, and this should be a good one. 4.5-point underdog. They go to Florida State tonight at 7:30.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I can't wait to
Miami
watch
four
this
and a half
game.
point favorite.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch this game tonight. Like this is going to be a great game.
Yep.
In-state Florida teams, you know, ACC battle. I love what I'm seeing out of Miami. I really do. Florida State, I've watched a few of their games. The one that impressed me the most was their first or second win of the year. I think they trounced a ranked team. I can't, who was it that they trounced?
Notre Dame. They beat
It's
Notre
not,
Dame.
yeah, it was Notre Dame. Yeah, it was Notre
Yeah.
Dame. Yeah, they trounced them. And I was just like, man, this team's really good. They're for real. I think going up into Florida State, I think the trend we're seeing some of these top teams lose. I think this is a perfect opportunity for Miami to get upset. I think Florida State can probably win outright, but I think they definitely cover the 4.5. So I'm going to go Florida State on this one, even though I'll be,
Wow.
even though I'll be rooting for Miami.
So Miami, believe it or not, at FSU, I don't have the stats, but I saw it this morning. Their record is better at FSU than it is playing at home against FSU by a wide margin, by the way, as well. Tommy Castellanos, last week when they lost to Virginia, showed me why BC benched him towards the end of the year last year. And I think that continues to roll out. I see Miami easily covering the 4.5 and winning the game.
Okay, cool. I hope they win.
What
I'm just
G
going to
Money
take the
got?
points. G Money has Florida State as well.
Okay. All right. Texas goes to stay in the state of Florida. Texas goes to Florida. Arch Manning has not shown up this year, in my opinion. They're a 5.5-point favorite. Well, when we decided to make our picks, I think it's gone to 6.5, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think of this
Yeah.
game?
Yeah, I mean, I like getting points at home in this situation. 5.5. You're right. Texas has been disappointing at best. I'm going to take the Gators. I'll take the points. G Money has Texas covering.
I got Florida. I'm with you. I got Florida. All right. It's a big game. It's hard to believe that we, in the 6 years that we've been doing this, we're going to say Vanderbilt and Alabama is a big freaking game. It's almost 1 year, 364 days to the fact that Vanderbilt upset Alabama last year at Vandy, first time in 40 years. They played today in Bama. Bama's 11.5-point favorite. What do you think?
Yeah, that can be scary. It makes you want to say, given that history that you just talked about, Vandy's obviously an improved program. You like, oh, let me take the points, but it's at Bama. I think Bama covers. I think they win this game by 14-20. So I'm going to go Bama and lay the points.
You going Vanderbilt?
No, I'm going Bama.
Bama,
Alabama.
Bama. Okay.
I'm
I thought you said,
laying
all
the
right.
points. G Money's taking Vanderbilt.
You know what? I had Bama circled, and then I heard a couple things this morning on the game day show, and I saw some highlights of Vanderbilt. They're pretty tough. They're going to cover. They're going to lose the game, but they're going to cover the 11.5.
Okay. Can I just say, okay, so you got Vandy in this one. I'm going to say one thing though. Every time, I think the last 10 times on this show that you had a game circled and switched it, you lost because of the switch. Just saying.
Usually it's because one of you guys convinced me. This time it's because the experts convinced me. So there. 14 Iowa State is an underdog against Cincinnati at Cincinnati, a 1.5-point favorite. Iowa State's missing their two top cornerbacks. What do you think?
Yeah, I know that makes you want to not take Iowa State, but I am. I still think they're overall better team. I think when you look at, especially like offensive, defensive lines, I like Iowa State. So am I getting points in this one or? Am I getting a point and a half?
Yeah,
Or giving
because since he's a 1.5 point favorite.
so I'm getting a point and a half. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll take Iowa State.
I am as well. I'm with you. I mean, I know they top two corners out, but I don't know since he has a quarterback that I'm scared about. So
Yeah.
I'm going to Iowa State. Who's that G Money got?
G Money has Cincinnati.
Ooh, okay. All right, man. We'll see how it goes. Looking forward to a big weekend of football, some baseball as well, right?
Yep,
Talk to you soon.
absolutely. All right, see you, man.